This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today I want to talk about semen retention and happiness. How do these two subjects combine? I spoke about on my Girls of High Value channel. By the way, just as a quick note here, for those of you who are not subscribed to the Girls of High Value channel, I recommend that you do get on board there and sign up and subscribe on that channel. And the reason why is because I want guys to understand what the women are supposed to learn. I want guys to understand the woman, right? Sometimes it might be, you don't have to watch every single video, but the fact that you're supporting that channel and helping that channel grow will help us to find a lot more of the kind of girls that we want to find. Okay, the more that message gets spread of girls of high value, the faster you can find the right girls. Okay, I always talk on that channel about finding the right guy, but it's also like once you've become a man of high value, you should be given a selection as well. Yes, because you're a man of high value, you can choose any girl that you want. But why not choose a girl that eventually will understand the world the way you understand it, that you have the same values, same beliefs, and that you can walk together on the path to exponential growth and joy and happiness together because you understand these principles. So head over there, subscribe after this video. I'll probably have a link down below and we'll see. Okay, so semen retention and happiness. How does it work? Well, remember we're talking about leading yourself, leading a team, leading women, leading kids, okay? Right now we take away all the three others. We're just now talking about leading ourselves. I have a friend of mine who talked to me about what motivates men, and he spoke about, like I say that it's women and leadership, but he said that it's control. And that also makes a lot of sense, because if you think about, I'm using motivation and happiness now kind of as synonyms, because it's true. If you're massively motivated, you're pretty happy. Like, yes, you can be motivated by hate or motivated by anger or like being fused with other kinds of emotions. But if you're truly motivated, the long-term kind, that one comes from happiness. That one comes from joy. And it's actually something that keeps your motivation consistent over a long period of time. Hate is so strong and powerful that eventually you're going to dissipate your energy and you're not going to be motivated any longer eventually, right? But with happiness, that's consistent if you're consistently happy, which a lot of people are not. I spoke in the last video, or a couple of days ago, about how semen retention allows your happiness to be constant. It allows your motivation to be constant. And the reason why is because your sperm production, it's constant, okay? What do I mean by that? I'll explain it again. This is one of my client's favorite topics, the favorite thing, because he's trying to get over his girlfriend. He's saying that he's now pretty much almost over it, but I just want to explain this. And that is the fact that when you start semen retention, when you stop watching porn, you stop masturbating, okay? What's gonna happen is that the first 30 days is gonna be really, really difficult for you unless you figured it out in your head. There's been a day of disgust or a mind switch that basically tells you that this is happening, okay? But during those 30 days, your emotions are gonna be all over the place, okay? Because you've got tons of sexual energy, it has nowhere to go, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna freak it, and then you go and masturbate. No, don't do that this time. Manage to just observe the emotion, observe the feelings, see how you feel without touching yourself and without watching porn. You're sexually energized. This is a positive thing. There's guys who say, oh man, I hope that one day I'm not gonna feel so strong emotions anymore. Those emotions, you want them to be there. Our sexual drive is our happiness, guys. Our sexual drive is our motivation. This is why when people talk about flatlining on the other semen retention or nofap channels, they're sad. Like they're like depressed and they're like, oh man, this is horrible and this is, yeah, I guess I'm flatlining now. I know, it's because you're supposed to have sexual motivation all the time, okay? It's supposed to be in you consistently and constantly. But what happens is that when you when you build up the sexual energy and you start masturbating and your energy is like, oh, you become fired up and this is amazing. And then you do it very quickly and you ejaculate, and then now you collapse. Literally, your body collapses inside. All right? All of your nutrients are now being sucked from the organs in order to now, oh man, now we have to create more sperm production. It's not constant anymore. It's like, oh, it's hyperdrive. We've got to be in survival mode now. Our organs need to be in survival mode because we now need to replenish the sperm cells. There's like massive DNA and a lot of life force that needs to go inside those sperm cells in order to fertilize new life. Our life force, guys. So when you waste that, when you spill that during those 30 days, you're gonna get back down to depression and lack of motivation and I need my coffee, man, and oh, I need to party this weekend with alcohol and I need to feel good. No, once you practice semen retention, you feel good all the time. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You got no idea if you actually just pass the 30 frickin' days. The 30 frickin' days. I want you to get past 30 days and then tell me, hey, Joseph, I'm not happy. What's going on? Okay? Maybe that will be a temporary thing, but then get back to me 10 days later. And then 10 days later. Trust me. You cannot go between the days of 30 to 90 days of semen retention without feeling fantastic at some point in time. It is not physically possible because your sperm is your potential. Your sperm is your motivation. Your sperm is your happiness. Believe it or not. Like you might think, well, no, but I get happy from other things. Yeah, sure. Or I get really happy when I ejaculate. Yeah, but that's probably because you haven't ejaculated in a long time, or it was with a really hot girl, or you got a new experience. I don't know. But what's going to happen is that you're going to ejaculate again quite quickly, maybe in a few days or the next day or whatever, and then you're going to be down again. Understand that in your teenage years and in your 20s, there's so much sexual energy going on in your body, which means that you have so much potential for happiness during this period of time than any other time in your life. And the fact that you retain your sperm during these important years makes it so that your organs are vitalized and strong for the years to come. When you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old and people look at you and they're like, man, you look like you're 40 when you're actually 60. People tell me that I look like I'm 25, 26. I'm 33. I've been practicing a lot of semen retention. I could have looked a lot younger if I hadn't been ejaculating all the time when I just got married. The first 4 or 5 years, I've been ejaculating all the time. Pretty much, it's been more than that as well. But do you understand? Like, your sperm is your potential. Keep it. It's connected to your motivation. It's connected to your happiness. And if you don't have a long-term partner, stay away from sex as well. Oh, but Joseph, I'm supposed to have sexual energy. That's what keeps me motivated. No. Okay. What keeps you motivated is keeping the sexual energy inside. Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. Once you get past those 30 days, your sexual energy will not increase. It will decrease. But it's going to decrease now to a controllable manner, a controllable size, a controllable energy where you're like, okay, I can actually control myself. And if you remember what I said in the beginning, that part of motivation and happiness is the ability to control. I would also say that the ability to let go and still feel that you're in control also is a way of motivation. But do you understand the concept of if you actually are able to control your sexual energy, that will produce joy and happiness. Because it develops your confidence levels. It develops new and better habits in your life. When you manage to control yourself, you start beginning to believe in a stronger and more powerful future. You begin to expand your vision of yourself and who you truly are. Like before, when you were ejaculating all the time, you were like just looking forward to the next bout. You were looking forward to the weekend of drinking alcohol. You were looking forward to porn. You were thinking about like nonsensical, immediate gratification stuff. Now that you practice semen retention, boom, your vision of the world just massively expands. You begin to look like, man, I want to create something over these next 50 years. Or if you're like me, I want to create something over these next thousands of years or millions of years or whatever you want to think, okay? But the more you practice semen retention, the more you begin to see the long-term view, because ejaculation is just instant gratification. You know how instant it is because it instantly makes you feel drained. Instantly. Like there's no such thing that's like more instant drainage on your body than ejaculation. Like literally. Like even alcohol. If you drink alcohol and you get drunk, it takes a few hours before you get the hangover. With ejaculation, it's immediate. Like that should tell you a little bit about how important it is to retain that sexual energy. Now over time, yes, now that you have it in controllable manner after those 30 to 40 days, guess what? Over time, this will kind of increase on its own. When you see beautiful girls, your dopamine levels are actually gonna spike because you're not watching porn anymore. When you used to watch porn, the dopamine levels in your brain, you need more porn. It's like drugs. You need like a stronger drug or like something more intense in order for you to feel the same emotion you used to have. It's the same thing with porn. When you watch porn, you need like worse porn and then worse porn in order to feel the same thing that you felt before. It's kind of like your brain is like conditioned to need novelty. That's not good if you're trying to create a long-term joy and happiness. If you're trying to create stable, long-term committed relationships that are flippin' amazing because of the depth. You can never get depth if you're always looking out for novelty. Semen retention takes care of that, so that you feel that every single time you reunite with your partner, if you're practicing ejaculation control, okay, eventually, for those single of you guys, eventually when you do practice ejaculation control, it's gonna be novel every single time you join together again. I'm not saying every time, but I'm talking about ejaculation control and when you guys have really created depth in your relationship. Most marriages don't have that, okay? So don't get me wrong. So anyway, the point is, once you now see beautiful girls or you see nature or you see like dopamine levels, happiness is gonna strike in your brain, motivation is gonna strike in your brain, which increases your sexual energy. Not only that, but you're gonna be healthier, you're gonna eat healthier, you're gonna exercise more, you're gonna be more motivated, you're gonna get results in your business, which is also gonna spike your dopamine levels in positive ways instead of the drugs and the alcohol and all those substances you've used in the past. Get rid of that stuff. Try to use it the natural ways to actually create those amazing small jumps in dopamine and then connecting with other people. Sexual energy will increase. Eventually, but it will still be in a controllable manner because you've managed it over a long period of time. Eventually, you will practice ejaculation control, you will have found the women for your life, and eventually, you will now be able to increase the sexual energy to even higher levels, and it will stay up here all the time. And guess what? You'll be fired up outside your brain every single freaking day because you've got depth, you've got connection, you've got sexual energy, and you're keeping it. Oh man, I love this concept. I hope you guys do too. Thank you so much for being on my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking and commenting. Seriously, I would like to invite all of you guys who are loyal subscribers. I know you watch my videos every single day. I have like maybe 15 or 20 people who like my videos daily. For those of you, please comment down below, man. You have no idea how much it helps the algorithm. Ask questions, give a comment, tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, thank you. I love it when people disagree with me because I can agree with them, I can love them, I can meet them where they're at and then help them progress towards true joy and happiness. I'm fired up about this. I'll see you in the next video. This is the This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.